here at Pro League. What are your expectations? Is it only a title that is good enough for you guys?
Of course, we're always aiming to win the title, especially after the year that we've had so far. So it's definitely the main goal. But I think first goal is obviously just to make playoffs. And I think every time we've managed to do that. So I mean, I think we made it last time, or actually maybe we didn't. But our goal is always to make playoffs and then to eventually just work through the event and just make sure that we take it game by game. And yeah, obviously we want to win because we can also get the next notch in the Grand Slam. So
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, Pro League is a big tournament, and also with the Grand Slam in mind, it could be a good thing to win here. Who do you see as your biggest competitors, both in the group but also overall?
um, I'm not sure. There's honestly there's a lot of good teams in our group, so I think every game is going to be difficult. But yeah, I think Virtus Pro have been doing better lately, so they're one of the teams I think we'll face in the group, and maybe Liquid, but they have I think they have a stand-in now because they don't have Patsy. But honestly, there's like eight teams or something in our group, so I can't really remember every team. But yeah.
But you start off and you kick off with Lin Vision, and obviously you're huge favorites. But how is it to play a match like that when everybody expects you to win and also comfortably?
Um, yeah, I mean, of course, there's like a little bit of pressure, but I mean, as long as we just do the same things that we always do, especially in practice and stuff like that, I think we'll be in a good spot to win the game. And obviously, it's really difficult to play teams like that because they come from a different region, and it's kind of hard to prepare for them, and they have a different style. So it's going to be a difficult game for sure. I don't think we'll win comfortably. But as long as we get the win, then it's all good.
Is it fun playing different types of Counter Strike against these types of teams?
I wouldn't say it's fun. It's different, and I think that's a good thing. But sometimes it can be a little bit stressful as well, just because you don't know what to expect, and maybe they surprise you with something, and it can be frustrating. But uh, yeah, it's different, and I think that's a good thing. I don't know if I would say it's fun or not. Yeah.
Fair enough. It's been over a little bit over a year since you and Hooksy joined the team. Um, in your eyes, I don't know if you can pinpoint anything, but what do you feel that made you guys go from a good team to a championship winning team?
Um, I think we just had more time together to figure out what people like to do and how they fit into the team, and then we had our first win at Blast. And I think a big factor in that was some things that were happening in Rasmus's life at the time. He had some pretty hard troubles in his personal life, and I think everyone bonded together and came together as a team. And I think that managed to push us over the line to get our first win. And once we got our first win, we took that confidence and obviously won the second tournament. And I think once you win a tournament or two, you know that you have what it takes to win tournaments, and it's just about getting back there. So um, I think it just took some time for us to get used to each other in the beginning, and now it's more about like perfecting things and refining things and making sure that we stay on top rather than winning a tournament and dropping down all the way.
And obviously, there were talks in the summer. There was a lot of team switching out players and doing roster moves. How happy were you that it is still you five guys together? I know you did very well in Cologne afterwards, so it was a good thing. But how happy were you that it was you five together?
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I had like a pretty good idea that we are going to keep the same team. So I mean, like I'm happy that we did, obviously, and we won an event right after. So I mean, that just proves that we have a good quality team that can win events still, but we just need to make sure that we keep, like I said before, perfecting our gameplay and making sure that we're staying on top. And of course, like every team has things wrong with it, like whether it's personal in-game issues and stuff like that. Like every team does. It's just about working through them and making sure that you get on top of them before it gets too late in a way. So I think that's something that we're doing right now and something that we realized we should have done in the past towards the end of last year. And yeah, I think we're just being more open with each other and making sure that we eliminate the issues that we have rather than having them bottle up over time and get worse and worse.
How are you feeling in the team right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. Just need to focus on my own gameplay and make sure that I'm doing what the team needs. And as long as I'm doing things that everyone wants me to do and that is the correct thing, then it's fine by me. And with time, if I put in enough effort, good results will come. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm happy inside the game, happy outside the game. It's just yeah, it's up to me whether or not my performance gets better or not. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
with this year you guys have had with winning both in Katowice and Cologne, that's two huge tournaments. But there's still some, still feel some. I don't know how to express it, but you guys want more, and you want the major. I think was a big letdown for you guys that you didn't do well there. But are you satisfied with how the year has gone, or are there still hunger for even more in this G2 team?
I think we should be happy with how the year has gone, but I think everyone is still really hungry on the team to win more events because obviously there is a few events left for the end of the year, and they are some big events. So we would like to end it as best as we can, and I think the motivation is just to end CS:GO like with the best possible result that we can have, and that's just all about putting in the most effort that we can. And I mean, whether or not we win the events, I don't know, but as long as we have no regrets when CS:GO ends and CS2 comes out, and we make sure that we put in as much effort as we can for the last few events, I think it's totally fine. But yeah, like you said, I think everyone is hungry to win the last few events for sure. And yeah, I think everyone is also happy that we won 2 events already this year, but everyone wants to win more.
And how is it for you to play in a team that is actually a championship contender every time you enter a tournament? I know you play for a long time and in various different teams that perhaps not always were the favorites to win the events. How is it to play on a team like that now?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, it's a little bit more expectations and some pressure on the team than before, but I mean, I think it's a really good thing to have, and I think it's obviously really nice making it deep in tournaments now instead of like going out groups and stuff like that. It's always a good thing. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say other than that. So it's great, and it's like really nice to be a part of a team that has so many good players in it and people who are legends of the games, and uh, yeah, it's just a privilege to be a part of the group of guys that I'm with.
And at a age of 27, I guess it's also nice to hit that spot right now in your career. Has that made you even more hungry for more success and having the how do you express that the joy of playing Counter Strike even more to continue playing also?
Yeah, it's definitely a motivation to keep playing and to do better than I did before because I think when you have a better team, obviously you just have better opportunities to do anything, individual, team wise. Like it doesn't matter. Like you just have better opportunities because you're making it deep in the tournaments and you're going far. So I mean, like yeah, I still definitely have a lot of motivation and playing on a team with such good players obviously brings me a lot of motivation to keep playing. Whereas in the past, sometimes it was a little bit of a letdown to always go out in group stages and stuff like that and not have like the best support that you can have in terms of like organization and people on the team and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just really great to have 4 people on the team that who are like really like minded and want to do the same thing as you. And yeah.